Malo and welcome back to Vaine Mo Onia's Kitchen Podcast, aka VMK. My name is Nani. I'm your host, and with me today is Fane Foaki Fifita, all the way from Sydney, Australia. So we have a special interview just for you, for all of our singles that are out there. This episode's gonna be for you. And for those of you who are married and you have kids or you have friends, relatives who are single, share this with them. We hope that it'll be a blessing. All right, VMK podcasters, are you ready to be encouraged, enlightened, and spiritually fed? Well, we hope you're hungry because we're ready to serve it up with some good food for the soul. So welcome back to our interview series with VMK. As I mentioned before, we have Fane representing the single young adults that are out there, Tokaikolo Church, and anyone out there that's interested, or this is an area where you're really struggling with right now. Hopefully this episode will be a blessing to you. So let's get started. Fane, let's dive right into it. Could you introduce yourself to the audience? Who are your parents? Where are they from in Tonga? But also tell us a little bit about you.
Okay. So my name is Fane. I am 25 years old. My parents are Faifekau, Saia, and Tokaikolo Fifita. My dad is from Kolomotua and Nomuka, and my mom is from Fa'ui.
Very nice. Are you an only child? Seems like it.
No, I'm not. I have two younger brothers.
And what are their names? How old are they?
My brothers are Malakai, who's 21, and Benny, who is 19.
Okay, so you guys have like a few years in between each of you. So are you closer with your brothers?
No.
No. Like I said, she seems like an only child.
I feel left out most times. But
okay. Today, Fane, we're going to talk about faith, we're going to talk about culture, and also identity. So hopefully, especially in a digital world, I consider this to be the technology age, and there's so much, it's rapidly changing around us constantly. And I feel like your generation at this point is very used to that. So I'm hoping that maybe through your testimony, even just vulnerability, your answers, hopefully that can minister to someone that's out there today. I know it will be for me. So let's get started. Can you share a moment where you felt pulled between cultures, your Tongan culture versus Australian culture?
Yeah. I think it's mostly pulled when I'm at home. So growing up, my dad grew up in Australia. They moved to Oz, I might be lying, but I think 3. So he basically grew up in Australia. Whereas my mom, she moved to Australia when she was about, I think 18 or 19. So English was not her first language. Mm-hmm. So we had to learn, my brothers and I, from a very young age to speak Tongan. So, at home, it was strictly Tongan. We couldn't speak any English. Otherwise, my dad got the belt out. And if not, my mom would get the wooden spoon out. So that's how I basically picked up on the language pretty quickly. And whereas outside of home was school and being around our cousins, they spoke English. So I guess for me it was easier. I had it easier than my brothers because they were, by the time that they were, started speaking, I could already speak English. So that's pretty much all they knew.
I see.
So they had to learn the language. So that was kind of...
So your first language truly, even though you were a second generation Tongan Australian, your first language was the Tongan language.
Tongan.
That's really neat. Yeah. See, for me, I actually learned English language first and then Tongan second. So one thing I thought that was really neat, our Faifekau Saia, he's like our chairman for the American division, Pastor Faifekau Otuhiva Mapapalangi. One thing that I was so impressed by, just because I've never seen it happen before, he visited our church here in Pensacola, Florida, and like 90% of our members here in our church, it's very small now. The Tongan community, it makes up, I think, a total of 5 families. And when he was here, 90%, if not 95% of our church is English speaking. And so Faifekau Otuhiva preached in English, and the house was quiet. Like the entire congregation, the chapel was just quiet because we could understand, and we wanted to hear, we were craving that so much. And then the next day, he was willing to even sit down with me, and we did an interview in English. Yeah. So do you believe we need more of that in like some of the foreign countries? I'm not talking about Tonga. Yeah. I'm talking about like Australia, New Zealand, some of like the diaspora, Tongans in the diaspora, other foreign countries.
Yeah, I would say we do.
Why is that?
Mainly because, especially with this generation of youth, I know that they only do speak English, and if they know Tongan, it's very minimal. It's not a lot, and it's basic Tongan, just the simple yes, no, hi, hello. Yeah. So I think it is very effective to have that source of communication, I guess, in English, mainly for them to understand. And I think that it would be more effective within the church too.
Agreed.
I feel like, yeah.
Okay. Now, kind of going into social media often pressures young women to present a certain image or the comparisons. How do you balance your own authenticity within your faith as a Christian in those online spaces?
I think it really comes down to your mindset. I think most girls, especially the younger girls, they tend to be really influenced by social media. Myself, I try not to be so influenced by it, and not to really care about what other people think. It's as long as what I feel is right for myself and it doesn't go against my culture or what I believe in.
Yeah.
Then it's,
Well, if I may ask, what online platforms, like social media platforms, are you on? Like, what do you actively use every day?
I am actively on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Okay, very nice. Do you want us to plug that in? You want to make new friends?
Sure.
Okay, very good. Have you ever had a moment where you felt convicted to change what you post or how you engage online?
No. I post what I post.
Yeah.
I think I kind of change not what I post, but how I post.
What do you mean?
So I used to always post on my feed, but I realized that people mostly share on their stories. So I kind of figured, I guess it's more, I don't know, like it's just
your update of your life, like what you're up to.
And it's not like you can leave it there and then people come and like stalk you and like they'll see your page and like your whole camera roll is there, so it's like
so just view once only and it goes away.
That one.
Okay. And it's funny because people who put personal information or the drama that's going on in their life, and then they get upset when you say something, but it's like, wait. You made it publicly available. So now I'm in episode 5 and I need you to finish 4. It.
Wrap it up.
Let's talk about the Tongan tradition, because you are born and raised in Australia, but you attend a Tongan church.
I do.
Tongan speaking church.
Yeah.
And you also come from a Tongan speaking family as well. Right? So now in the Tongan tradition, marriage and family carry a lot of importance. And so as a 25-year-old single woman, how do you connect those expectations, those cultural expectations, with also God's timing for your life, or even your own timing that you want to be married? Do you have is there a deadline that you have that you want yourself to be married by? Do your parents put added pressure, or your family, or your church? Curious.
My parents, not so much pressure. They do ask from time to time. The timeline, I do have a timeline, but it's looking like I'm going to move it back.
Join the club.
I can see it, but it's not looking doable. So I got to push it back a few years. I'm sorry. Just got to wait. I got other things to do.
Yeah. I think we recently had a conversation yesterday. Do you remember? We were talking at lunch. And we were saying that no matter what stage of life you're in, whether you're a single person or whether you're married or you're a parent, or regardless of what situation or stage you are in life, it's still going to be hard. There's going to be a set of challenges that come with whatever status you're in. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I would say I'm curious to know, what kind of conversations do you have with your parents when it comes to singleness or marriage? When you guys have those conversations, what is it like?
It's very casual. But they do ask from time to time. The answer is still no. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm not dating anyone. Yeah. But they don't really push. They just, it's okay. We'll pray about it, which is true.
Yeah.
And I'm totally fine with that.
That's good.
I feel like it is something that I want, marriage, children, but my life right now, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
Yeah, just
for a good reason.
Sure.
I know that there's other things that God has placed in my life for me to do first. And I know that I need to get those things done before I can move on to the next phase.
Like focusing on marriage and all of that. So for right now, that's not your current priority.
Yeah, no.
So, Fane, right now, what would you say God is calling you to in the moment? Like right now, what do you feel like God's calling you to do right now?
Right now, I'd say is to help with my parents' ministry. And my dad speaks a lot about it, but sometimes he talks about it so much that he just goes in one ear and out the other ear. But he sticks.
Well, that's good.
And it's true. But yeah, right now I feel like that is my calling, is to be with my parents, to help them. I guess it's my way of serving the
That's
Lord.
wonderful. Yeah, you're in ministry, really.
Yeah.
Right now, Fane's parents are the senior pastor here in Pensacola, and it's the House of True Vine, or in Tongan we say aupito Vaine Mo, onia. And right now they're going back and forth. They're here in America for a period of time, and they go back to Australia, and then they come back. So right now they're in between, in transition. Yeah,
flying because we have all the money in the world.
So, but I think it's a beautiful thing.
Jet setters is what my family calls me.
Jet setting? You're the global traveler.
Apparently, according to my family, I am, because...
Yeah. How do you feel about, I guess, tell us a little bit about your experience and how you feel about just kind of the in-between, going back and forth.
I guess I don't mind it. It's,
You're enjoying it?
Yeah. I am.
I'm curious to know, are there a lot of cultural differences, meaning like the Australian way of life, what your life and your routine is like in Australia versus what it's like here in Pensacola?
Yes.
Yes. How different?
Very different. Sydney, I grew up in Sydney. Very chaotic. Very.
Now, what makes it chaotic?
Everything is happening all at once. Birthdays, funerals, weddings in that one weekend.
Wow.
And somehow I'm related to everybody. But yeah, everything happens all at once in Sydney. Whereas Pensacola, I only see my friends on Saturday and Sunday.
There's like 5 families, 5 Tongan families here in Pensacola. And we're all English speaking. And like you said, we all work 9 to 5 or more, you know, so there's not very many of us. And then we're only coming together on the weekend. So I can see. So as far as like the routine of things, it's fast paced in Sydney because of all the events happening simultaneously. Yeah. Versus Pensacola, it's the opposite. And we're far. Florida, we're on the opposite coast from California and the west side where it's closer to the South Pacific. Yeah. So there's more Pacific Islanders and more Tongan circles and communities on the west side of the US. We're in the south on the far east coast. So we're used to it and we love it. So but it's neat. I think for you, you get a blend of both of those worlds. So that's pretty interesting.
I told, before I came here, I told the Sydney youth, I'm just going to go for a vacation for 3 months and then I'll come back.
That's exactly what it
Continue.
So are you pretty involved with church and the youth and the young adults in Australia and Sydney? Yeah. See, that's good. And it's much bigger.
It is.
Much, much bigger. Funny enough, Fane coming here to Pensacola because we're so small, she's had to step up and do things that she's never really had to do. Like play the keyboard, lead the worship, a lot of things, which I think is beautiful too. So we appreciate at least your contribution to our small church too, Fane. All right, let's move on. Our next question is, in a fast-paced digital culture, it can sometimes feel overwhelming just to stay grounded in your faith. So I want to talk more about your personal walk with God and what that looks like. Do you lean more on apps, or do you do journaling, or is there like traditional practices like prayer and fasting? Do you do that, or what's your spiritual journey look like at the moment?
I do. Right now, every day I try and have my morning devotion. So the one thing that I love about Pensacola, I have all the time in the world. So I could wake up at like 10, 11, even if it's almost midday. I have time.
Must be nice.
I have time to read my Bible. There's literally no excuse. So I've gotten into that since being here. That's basically my morning routine is I do my devotion. I do fast with the church every Tuesday.
Nice. Yeah.
I love that I'm with my parents because even if I try and forget and I walk to the kitchen, we're fasting. Oh yeah, we're fasting. Sorry.
They hold you accountable.
So they do.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
So prayer, fasting, that's me right now.
Very devotional. Good. When you say devotional, is there a specific devotional that you follow personally, or are you just pretty open? Do you use apps, like devotional apps, or what do you use every day?
I use the church devotion, the Mama Anga.
Very nice.
I try and keep up with that.
Yeah. The neat thing is her dad translates it from the Tongan language to the English language. Yeah. And he posts that on Facebook. So Fane, she is a gifted singer, lover of music, and she has such a beautiful voice. So Fane, if you could please bless us today with just a favorite song, just a short song that you want to share with all of our listeners today. Tell us the name of the song and take it away.
Okay, this song is I Know a Man Who Can. Okay. I can take a heart that's broken, make it over again. But I know a man who can. And I can take a soul that's sin sick, make it whiter than snow. But I know a man who can. And some call him Savior, the Redeemer of men. I call him Jesus, for he's my dearest friend. If you feel no one can help you and your life is out of hand, I know a man who can.
Amen. That was the perfect song to end today. So on behalf of VMK, Fane, thank you for being here and sharing your journey and what God's doing in your life as a single young Tongan Australian, and even just serving in ministry. So I know that was a huge encouragement to me, and I know to many who are out there as well. So thank you for being with us. If you were blessed and just is spiritually fed today, please drop a comment, follow, like, subscribe, and just engage with us. We love hearing from you. So if you have suggestions on just future content that you would like for us to cover, please leave a message at on our YouTube channel. So we'll go ahead and you'll see our YouTube. There's also IG, there's Facebook. All of our social media handles will be displayed on the screen. If you're looking to even just start your own podcast and you don't know where to go when it comes to video editing, even just audio engineering, feel free to join us. We can collaborate. We'll connect you with Solomon Ayuba and Alpha Universe Studios. They do a wonderful job. He edits and customizes all of our content that we release every single month. So thank you, Alpha Universe Studios and Solomon Ayuba, for your service and your support. We appreciate all of you. So on behalf of VMK Podcast, we hope to see you next time. Malo, aupito, ofatu, and aloha.
Bye.